Hey guys, Denise from Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Well, we are still with a countdown to Christmas, and today I'm going to make something from Willis's grandma's recipe book. Now, she was 100 years old in 2019, and she almost made it to 100 before she passed away. And we are so happy to have her recipes and in her own writing and her box and her book. So today I've chosen a cookie called a white chocolate orange dream cookie. Now, orange for me and Willis is something that we like to celebrate at Christmas. We love orange. And if you saw the videos, before we always had oranges in our stockings as kids growing up. And when we do have stockings for the grandkids, we still put oranges and apples and nuts and candy canes. Just a tradition. So anyway, we thought we'd go ahead and make this cookie. And the only flavor this has is 3 tablespoons of orange zest. There's no vanilla, and it has white chocolate chips. So let's get cooking. We'll go over to the mixer today because it does have a lot of butter and a lot of sugar, and I want to make sure that it's mixed really well. Okay, we've got 1 cup of room temperature butter or 2 sticks already in the mixer, and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar, and that is a half a cup of light brown and a half a cup of white sugar. So like I said, has a lot of butter and sugar, and your baking sheet or cookie sheet is going to be ungreased because it has all of that, and I'm going to use parchment paper. But let's go ahead and get down here and see what we've got going on. Let's see. Looks like we were unplugged today. Willis went back to work today, so he probably unplugged that and forgot. So I'm going to go ahead and just cream this butter and sugar until it's really nice and frothy. And then we're going to add 1 egg. And the flavor in these cookies is really just orange, and by that we're only using orange zest, and that's 2 to 3 tablespoons, and that's what I have already zested. There's no extracts, there's no vanilla, so I'm really excited to see how this cookie is going to taste. And it has white chocolate chips, which won't mask the flavor of the orange at all. I guess you could probably use chocolate if you wanted to, but I think it would be more of a chocolate chip cookie then. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I think it's going to be a really pretty cookie too. Okay, we'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides, and I'm going to let it go again for another minute. It's been about 2 minutes creaming, and I think probably 3 to 4 minutes is going to be what this needs for this amount of butter and sugar. But you don't want it to be gritty, and that can happen even when you're baking. You can sometimes taste the grittiness of the sugar. And the more you can get this, I'm using my whisk attachment because that'll put air into this, and that's what I want. So, what we also have is we're using all-purpose flour, and we have 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I've got 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let me just make sure. And of course, the directions will be in the direction box. Okay. Now remember, when you guys are using baking soda, be very precise in your measurements, because if you go over on that flavor can really ruin your cookie. That is something that I've had experience with, and it's not yummy. Okay, we're going to add 1 egg. We're going to go ahead and let that mix around. Okay, and I'm going to scrape down the sides and let it go a little bit more. And then to this, I'm going to add the zested orange. We found some really nice navel oranges at Walmart. And easy to zest and really delicious too. Okay, now I'm going to add the zested orange. And I have measured it out. And it is just about 3 tablespoons. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this mix again, because what this will do, it'll release the oils in that orange zest, and it'll really bring out that orange flavor and fragrance. Oh, I wish you could smell it. Wow. When Willis asked me what I was going to make today, I said, well, I'm going to make that orange cookie. And he's like, oh, I have to go back to work. So he's on the way to Springfield, Missouri. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of this flour, salt, and baking soda mixture, just a little at a time so we don't have a cloud. You know, sometimes when you have recipes from people that have passed on, you wish you would have taken the time to talk to them, you know, about their recipes and the memories they had. But she did write good on the top of this. Gosh, it smells so good. All right, let me go ahead and lift that up and just scrape down the sides. All right, let me just let it go through just a little bit more. One more time around with the whisk attachment. Oh, it smells yummy. And then we're going to add the chips, and I'm going to fold those in by hand. Okay, I think that's good. So meet me over there at the island. Okay, we're back at the island. I did sneak a little taste of this, and it's really orangey and yummy. To this, we're going to add 2 cups of white chips, white chocolate chips, and I'm just using a Walmart brand. Let me go and put that down so you see what I'm doing. Just folding them in. I've got my oven preheated at 350 Fahrenheit. And we are just going to drop these cookies with a teaspoon from out of your drawer, just like you would a chocolate chip cookie, onto our cookie sheet. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and get my cookie sheet. Like I said, if you guys are not going to line your cookie sheet with parchment paper or silicone mat, you're just not going to want to grease it because there is a lot of butter in here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up out of here with my teaspoon. And we are just going to, now if you have a one of those ice cream scoops or cookie scoops, I always call them ice cream scoops. So it'd probably be about 1 inch if that's what you wanted to use. I just use the old-fashioned way, and it works just as well. Now, this cookie is pretty white, so what I'm going to do is I am going to sprinkle some orange sprinkles on top, because I thought that would be really colorful and festive. And I'm going to do it before I'm baking it, because I want them to stick to the cookie. I'm just pressing it down just a little teeny bit. Okay. Well, there we go. Let's put these in the oven and see what they look like, because I really don't have any idea what they're going to look like. I'm hoping they'll be like a chocolate chip cookie, but orange. So we'll see you in about 12 minutes. Hey everybody, I am back with the cookies. I went ahead and I baked them all, and it was 11 minutes exactly in my oven for these beautiful cookies. Let me just show you one. Just beautiful. Little light brown on the bottom, very light brown, almost a blonde. And I'm glad I put those sprinkles on, because they would have been just kind of white on white. And if you're going for that, that's fine, but I wanted a little bit of orange, because it also tells you what's in the cookie, orange. So let me taste one and let me see, because this orange smell is unbelievable. There's almost 3 tablespoons of orange zest, no extract. That is what's in this cookie. So that is great, because I'm not a real extract fan. I know I do use it in some things, but man, I'm so excited about this being natural. Mmm. It's very orangey. Mmm. What a great cookie. It tastes like Christmas. Orange, the white chips. It's really good. You can taste that brown sugar. Wow. I think this is going to be a keeper. I can't wait for Willis to taste them when he gets home. Well, I'll have to say thanks, Grandma Luther. We are so glad that we found this recipe in your box. Well, listen, you guys, we will see you soon, and probably tomorrow, with another recipe for the countdown to Christmas. And you have a good evening from Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Bye.